the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, and the prop plane, Kenny Smith. In this game, we'll see the Chicago Bulls against the Hawks in Atlanta. Looking at the Hawks, you look at how this roster is constructed, the types of plays they run. They're looking to match up well against every style of opponent, and tonight will be a great test of that. And it's easy to be
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Brent Berry, our terrific analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. It's the Chicago Bulls taking on the Atlanta Hawks. And it's the Hawks to start out. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. Taking a look at the Bulls. AC is out there with Michael Jordan. Then there's Gervin. Then it's Green. And it's Oakley in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now here's Jordan. Feeds to Oakley. Rollins grabs the board.
It looked like he wanted no part of that. Superb defense there, really making it tough on him.
Knocked away. Willis, the pass to Rollins. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Rivers. Atlanta gets it back. And that one, good.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
Macy against Rivers. It's Jordan on the wing. Gervin outside. Here's Green. Pass to Macy. Jordan against Whitman. Shot from the top of the key. Here's Oakley. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
And like that aggressiveness from Oakley inside, he won't be denied. Outstanding at overpowering the defense.
Here's Macy. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Macy's got his first 2 points. Macy against Rivers. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. There's the pass to Whitman. Now Willis, covered by Gervin. Lock at 6. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. They grab their own miss. Here's Willis. And at last, they get one to fall.
And off to a strong start offensively. He's got a nice touch.
And Macy kicks to Green. Pass to Macy. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Bulls shooting their first free throws of the game. Free throw good, Macy. And both free throws good for Macy. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Rivers kicks to Wilkins. With the teardrop. over Gervin. And a little luck that time, but it drops.
Boy, he is quick off his feet and really stronger than he looks. Wilkins can burn you in that painted area.
It's Gervin on the wing. Up top, Oakley. Covered by Rollins. Poked away. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will retain possession. Johnson, he's checked in for Atlanta. And Chicago also making a switch. Corzine, he's checked in for Green. Shot clock at 6. Passes to Macy. From deep three-point range. Wilkins grabs the miss. So it's the Hawks now. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, I was able to talk with Atlanta's head coach. I asked him about the challenge of this team, and he said those guys are really aware. They don't take bad shots or make mental errors. And that puts a lot of pressure on us to be just as efficient as they are. We must value our possessions and match them shot for shot. Kevin?
David, thanks as always. Their goal early on is a simple one, keeping those opposing shooters from getting hot.
Yeah, and so defensively, they can't get tied into any one strategy. It might take a few different approaches here before they find one that works.
One approach, GA, might be clogging up the passing lanes and make it really difficult to move the ball around the perimeter, get away from the shifting, and keep the open three-point looks to a minimum.
Atlanta with the ball after the Bulls pick up 2. Shoots from 12. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And defensively, this is a nightmare. He's already on a roll.
I love his will, his take-charge attitude, the aggressiveness, all of that showing up here in the first.
And Concat pulls it down. Johnson surveying the floor. There's 1:38 left to play in the first quarter. Atlanta making some changes. Antoine Carr, he's checked in for Willis. Livingston comes in for Dominique Wilkins. And it's Webb in for Whitman. Higgins, he's checked in for the Bulls. .133 left in the first quarter. Carr, the pass to Conca. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Now Carr. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
His release is just so smooth from the mid-range.
Paxson kicks it over to Corzine. Puts it up from 12. And Concat pulls it down. The Hawks leading. 54 seconds left to play here in the first. Really left alone that time. Johnson's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
And it's Jordan with the jam.
And you know how that play's going to end. Jordan in the air, adjusting effortlessly.
And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Hammock. Here is Carr. Here's Concat. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Gervin. Out of bounds, Atlanta takes possession. And the Hawks making a change here. The Hawks leading by 5. Tipped away. Hands on the ball out of bounds. Jordan touched it last. .11 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Pass to Hastings. Up in time. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Hawks lead by 5. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. Well, from what you guys are seeing from the Hawks, what are you thinking about their performance?
I tell you what, that first quarter, you can see the game plan is a commitment to offensive rebounding.
Their efforts have been rewarded here after one. Winning the battle over second chance points has them ahead on the scoreboard.
Bulls trailed by 5. They've got Livingston. Carr is out there with Hastings. Then it's Johnson, and it's Webb in at the point. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Hawks. Now here's Jordan. Over Johnson. The shot's good from Jordan. Jordan's got the first basket of the second quarter for the Bulls.
And no one has better natural scoring tools. But another thing that really sets MJ apart, the acute instincts he brings to the table.
Here's Webb. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Basket counts. Hastings got the lead up to 5 now for the Hawks.
Yeah, there's really no defense for that one. Turnaround jumper, on time, on target.
Now the pass to Corzine. Now here is Webb. Carr, no good.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
That one falls. And that's now 6 points for Jordan.
And what you like there, Jordan never looks like he's rushing. Makes quick, solid decisions.
Here's Hastings. He can't get it to go. So the Bulls will take it the other way. Here's Higgins. There's the killer two-handed slam.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, especially in a game that is this close, every possession counting. That was just one side wanting it more than the other. And I like that recognition. Effortlessly getting his teammate the ball in a spot where he knows he can do something with it.
So for the Hawks, Rollins checked in for Carr. Wilkins comes in for Livingston. And it's Rivers in for Johnson. Oakley's checked in for the Bulls. Macy comes in for Michael Jordan. On defense, Atlanta. 3-point lead. Macy against Webb. Macy passes to Oakley. Just 5 to shoot. Green. And the layup's good off the glass. Green's got his first points of the game.
And that's about as easy as it gets. Not many guys are going to blow wide open layups at the professional level like that.
And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Knocked loose. And Macy kicks to Oakley. Takes the 13-footer. Got a hand on it. And he recovers it. Good ball movement here by the Bulls.
You can't afford to be that careless. They need him out there on the floor. He has to avoid fouling again in this period.
So for the Hawks, Kevin Willis is checked in for Hastings. And it's Whitman in for Webb. Higgins passes to Macy. Here's Higgins. Out to the right wing. Shot clock at 5. To the left side wing. Here's Macy. It's deflected. Inside. Shot's good by Whitman.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Poke loose. Higgins passes to Macy. Dishes to Oakley. And that's good for 2 as he grabs the feed. Oakley's got 6 points.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Rivers kicks to Wilkins. Releases from 15. Here's Rollins, and he converts the layup.
Yeah, how about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
Yeah, I mean, it's an opportunity to kind of regroup and discuss ways to maximize these possessions.
Yeah, and therein lies the trick, discussing ways to be aggressive but not committing turnovers.
Atlanta making a switch here. Koncak's checked in. And a change for the Bulls. Gervin's checked in. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
For Chicago, they have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. And the first one at the line is good. And both free throws good for Gervin.
Kevin, these are easy points. Remember, free throws.
1:56 left in the first half of basketball. Bulls trail by 3. Paxson passes to Gervin. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Sounds good.
The mindset right now is pretty strong. Superb at staying aggressive and right now stringing some plays together.
For Chicago, they have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one. That one drops. He ties it up. So it's the Hawks now. Here's Rivers. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Down low, Willis. The kick out to Wilkins. Paxson against Whitman. Here's Koncak. 4 on the shot clock. Makes it off the glass.
Commending the unselfish play there. What vision on that pass.
Macy against Rivers. Here's Green. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Nice touch there near the hoop.
And it's the Hawks' ball. And here's Rivers. Pass to Whitman. Softly drops in the floater. Whitman's got 4 this quarter.
That floater is a thing of beauty, effective when it's used the right way.
And Macy's to Gervin. Here's Oakley. It's deflected. A second chance effort. And Koncak pulls it down. Koncak's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
The Hawks shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
At the line for 2.
2 shots.
That one is off.
And you know, for all of his production, Rivers really is the emotional leader out there. Very intense and extremely confident.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Carr, he's checked in for Willis. Livingston comes in for Wilkins. And it's Johnson in for Whitman. Corzine, he's checked in for Chicago. Jordan comes in for John Paxson. And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. And that one's good. Gervin's got it all tied up now for Chicago.
Silky smooth. I tell you, Gervin can make it look as easy as a free throw, but defensively, boy, is he difficult to stop.
Macy against Johnson. Kicks it to Rivers. Over Jordan. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall.
Lockdown D. When Jordan really gets after it, his athleticism can be overwhelming.
So a tie game here as we finish the first half. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, it's good to have you back. You're watching the 2K Sports Halftime Show. This right here is Kenny the Jet Smith. This right here is Shaquille O'Neal. Me, I'm just Ernie. A competitive matchup for Atlanta in the first quarter. At the end of one, they were able to end up with a 5-point lead. They couldn't hold on to the slim lead they had at the start of the second quarter and headed into the locker room with the game all knotted up. And Shaq, what are your thoughts on how Atlanta played?
Well, those second chance points are huge, and they only came because of their effort. Their work on the offensive glass is what's keeping them in the game. They definitely should try to continue to stay tough on the glass. It's been key so far.
And now, Kenny, let's get your opinion on the Bulls.
Well, it's always a little bit of a challenge playing on the road, but they came in mentally prepared and physically prepared. The energy in the arena was fierce, but they didn't cave in.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. One of the stories here, George Gervin getting it done today.
And you know he's going to come out aggressive, and you do what you can to slow him down, and thus far, it hadn't worked because he's been amazing.
Even though we expect this kind of stuff from him night after night, it doesn't make it any less extraordinary to watch it in person.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. So the Bulls 5 right now. We've got Green. AC is out there with Jordan. Then there's Gervin. And it's Oakley in at the 5 down low. Rivers kicks to Wilkins.
So nice. How about the high-flying acrobatics by Wilkins on that? Yeah, they call him the human highlight film.
And that was an Unleash Chaos replay, courtesy of Under Armour, wreaking havoc at the rim. Rivers against Mason. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Well, time and score, you just can't have a costly error right now at this point in the game, guys.
Kevin Willis is checked in for Koncak. The Hawks leading. Pass to Willis. Back to Rivers. Wilkins against Gervin. Wilkins passes to Willis. Basket good. Willis has got 6.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Rivers against Mason. About 1 minute played here in the second half. Rebound by the Hawks. Rivers with still looking for his first bucket in this one. He kicks to Wilkins. Here's the floater. Yep, that one goes. Now it's a 6-point Atlanta lead.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Poked away. Left side, Jordan. Here's Oakley. That one off the back iron and out. Atlanta leading by 6. To the inside, Wilkins. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
The Hawks shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game. Webb's checked in for the Hawks. And Chicago also making a switch. Higgins is checked in. That free throw good from Wilkins.
And you look at Wilkins, everybody talks about the spectacular athleticism, but in some ways, I think he's just underrated as a basketball player. He just does so many things well for his team.
Good on the triple. Macy's got 7 points.
Oh, nice screen. Really a poor defensive reaction and the obvious result.
Yeah, when you fail to get over the top, more than likely that jumper is going to go down.
Here's Willis, and stolen by Jordan. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. And a dunk by Jordan.
A good job there. Jordan getting them in transition, and he does so much, and you almost forget how dominant he can be defensively.
Now Willis. He's got 6. Whitman passes to Rollins. Here's Whitman, defended by Oakley. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Webb. Charles Oakley grabs the miss. Oakley's got 6 rebounds in the game.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
The Hawks leading by 4 to the wing right side. Here's Whitman. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down. He has 6.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Time call here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
For the Hawks, Hastings, he's checked in for Rollins. Livingston comes in for Willis. And it's Johnson in for Whitman. Then for the Bulls, Corzine comes in for Charles Oakley. And it's Jackson in for Kyle Mason. Count it, and the Atlanta lead has been cut down to just 4 points with a bucket from Jordan.
Man, the body control and focus. I mean, Jordan able to draw the foul and still finish the basket.
Chicago shooting their 6th attempt at the charity stripe in the game.
One shot.
Free throw good, Jordan.
And the defining trait of the greatest of superstars, Jordan makes the players around him better, mentally, in terms of effort, and in terms of their performance.
Now here's Wilkins. 11 points in the game. Gervin pulls it in.
And listen, you can't design a play any better to get a look that good. Just couldn't knock it down.
Well, the best players know that is going to happen, and you just can't let it get into your head. It's a shot that you want to take.
Wilkins against Gervin. Now here's Wilkins. D right on him. The Hawks have made 1 of 3 free throws in the game.
At the line for 2.
And he knocks down the first one. And the Hawks making a change here. Koncak's checked in. He hits both from the stripe. Bulls trailed by 5. It's Gervin on the wing. The good-looking shot from the wing. Gervin's got 9.
And the Iceman, he might have the biggest toolbox of anybody. He's got so many weapons, and he just has a tremendous instinct for scoring the ball.
Carr, he's checked in for Wilkins. We've got 1:48 left to play in the third. Here's Carr. Good work there as it goes. And the Hawks lead by 5.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
And he makes that one.
That's how you set up your teammates. Done with a little bit of flair.
Poked away. And here's the fast break. Jordan leading the way. And good that time. And now just a 1-point Atlanta lead.
And what you see with Jordan, running full speed, but always in complete control.
Carr against Gervin. Carr, no good.
And usually that mid-range jumper finds the bottom of the net. Defense has to be more aggressive moving forward.
And you're just not going to see him do that very often. Usually when he rises up, there's a guarantee it's going down.
Now here's Johnson. Now here is Webb. 6 on the shot clock. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And when you talk about Webb, the obstacles he's had to overcome, always being doubted because of his height, but here he is, one of the most talked about players in the NBA.
The Hawks shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
At the line for 2.
No good on the free throw. Rivers, he's checked in for Atlanta. Green, he's checked in for Chicago. And he sinks the second. Chicago trailing here.
If they play it right, we're talking a 2-for-1.
Yeah, this is where it comes down to really good clock management, and you want to maximize each of your possessions. Yeah, that's pretty much a perfect pass, and that's also alliteration.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Rivers passes to Koncak, and he jams it with authority.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Here is Paxson. Gervin outside. Here's Jordan. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. We've got Rivers. Livingston is out there with Kevin Willis. Then it's Conkamp. And it's Whitman at the 2. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it. And here's Paxson. They get a hand on it. Stolen by Rivers. Now the Hawks moving it the other way. Finished off the break. Rivers has got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Hawks. Bulls trail by 4. Paxson with the ball. Right side, Jordan. Pass to Corzine. That drops and it comes off an assist from Jordan.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Paxson against Rivers. It's rebounded by Paxson.
He's been a little bit disappointing in this game. However, his team has his back. They need a little bit more help from him.
Yeah, the explosive doesn't even begin to describe it. Jordan simply flying.
Here's Livingston. Whitman kicks to Willis. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Hawks lead by 2.
On the attack, he has that ability, trying to close this one out.
Well, beating one guy is one thing, but beating 5, heck of a job there. He's got the talent to finish, too.
Chicago calls timeout.
And he's probably looking at some matchups on the floor he'd like to take advantage of.
Comes in for Livingston. Then for the Bulls. Oakley, he's checked in for Corzine. Kyle Macy subbed in for Paxson. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, I was able to listen in on what the Bulls coach was going over with his team. He said, this is what we play for, fellas. Let's knock them on their heels right out of the timeout. Show them how much you want it. Go get it. He really is fired up about this game.
Here's Mason, following the bucket by the Hawks. Outside Jordan. 4 on the clock. Shoots from 12. Rebound, Atlanta. Willis has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Wilkins against Gervin. Now here's Wilkins. Defense is right there, and that one, good. And the Hawks lead by 6.
Still attacking, building on this lead coming down the stretch.
Well, tonight his pinpoint accuracy has been impressive.
Now here's Jordan. Knocks it loose. Macy up top. Gervin passes to Macy. Over Rivers. It's tipped. And the pass to Whitman. Back to Rivers. Pass to Whitman. Hawks passing it around. The baseline jam. Wilkins, no good.
And somehow, some way, he couldn't get that one to fall from in between. Got to take advantage of the weak defense when you can.
The Bulls making a switch here. Porzine's checked in. Chicago with the ball. They trail by 6. Here's Jordan. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the 4th quarter. Wilkins against Green.
And that's number 4. Definitely something to keep track of as we move forward.
Atlanta calls timeout. Presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Dominique Wilkins.
And the shooting percentage, how about all the way in the 60s, shows how deadly he could be when he's feeling it. And as locked in as he was, they were trying to feed him as much as possible. But he never got out of control. I mean, he kept his head and just stayed patient.
Rivers against Mason. Now here's Rivers. Not a lot of room. 3 on the clock. Shoots the 3. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Trying to get something going. Score that one for him. His 8th field goal. 8 for 11 on a very accurate night.
Yeah, putting the team on his back as he often does. The tighter the game gets, the more Jordan wants the ball.
Now here's Wilkins. Over Gervin. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take. And defensively, neither side able to get many stops.
Well, it's one of those nights where if the team down the stretch can get 1 or 2 stops, they may win it.
Macy against Rivers. Shoots over Macy. Passes it to Rollins. Here's Whitman. Kicks to Wilkins. Pass to Willis. Here's Rollins. Guarded by Green. Wilkins can't get it to go. Chicago trailing here. To tie it up. Jordan can't get it to go.
Yeah, awkward shot there. I mean, creative on the winger, but the D just made it too difficult for him to convert. I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
free throw is good, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 4-point ball game.
And just like that, this game is a 2-possession affair.
To the middle, here's Green, and Willis pulls it down.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
Sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time, he chose wisely.
The drive by Jordan. Yes! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Well, that is NBA level right there.
No doubt, professional move all the way, puts the team on his back when it matters most.
Now here's Lopez, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Gervin, and so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game. John Paxson, he's checked in for the Bulls. Gets the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's a 4-point ball game. Chicago calls timeout. They're trailing by 4. 32 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Jordan. The pass to Corzine. Hands with the ball out of bounds. Jordan touched it last. Oakley, he's checked in for Paxson. And an intentional foul right there. He drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5. So he gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
And those attempts right now at the charity stripe are helping them pull away.
Chicago calls timeout. They're trailing by 6. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Jordan against Whitman. Jordan kicks it over to Corzine. Jordan dishes to Green. He feeds it to Oakley. Bulls moving the ball around to the wing right side. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Macy. Three-pointer. The shot comes out.
And extending the D there, putting a lot of pressure on the shooter.
I think coaches right here are always talking about the extra pass. And the contested three is not your objective. One more, maybe.
And so the Hawks take the win. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it mattered most. Doing what had to be done and to send these fans home happy.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. So for David Aldridge, Craig Anthony, Brett Barry, and the whole 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.